Hey folks, John Thompson, Spring Framework Guru. So in this module of the course, I'm going to show you how to use IntelliJ and Spring Initializer to create a brand new Spring Boot project. And this project is what we're going to be using to go forward in the project. So what's going to happen is I'll go into IntelliJ, create a new project, and IntelliJ will never leave IntelliJ, but it's going to go out to the Spring Initializer website. And through the options, it's going to create us a brand new project. We're going to stay with Maven for now. And it'll be a brand new Maven project that we'll bring down and load it up into IntelliJ. And it'll be this project that we're going to be working with going forward as we get going in to using Thymeleaf and Spring Boot and Tomcat and all that. But this is just going to establish the baseline for us. Okay, so I have IntelliJ up here. And you can see my background here is the lovely Sunshine Skyway Bridge. It goes over Tampa Bay. It's quite an impressive bridge to drive over, which I've done numerous times. And now I have IntelliJ, and we are going to go in and create a new project. So I'm clicking on this little thing that looks like a splat for create new project. And over here on the left side, I'm going to select Spring Initializer, and I'm going to use the Java 1.8 JDK. And the initializer URL, we just want to leave that to the default. So this is going to use Spring Initializer. I'm going to say next. And I'm calling this SFG Thymeleaf. That's my project name. I'm going to change it to my domain. And this is a long-standing Java tradition to use the reverse domain name for your package. So just a quick review here. I'm going to use a Maven project, a jar packaging, Java 1.8, obviously language Java, group of guru.springframework, the traditional reverse domain name that Java projects use. I am calling it SFG, that's for Spring Framework Guru, Thymeleaf course. Version 0.01.snapshot or -snapshot is just fine for our purposes. And I'm going to change the description here as well to Thymeleaf course. And now I'm going to say next. And here out of the core, we want Spring Boot 3.1. We don't want to get into the snapshot ones. We don't need Spring Security. We do want Web. That'll bring in Spring MVC. And we want to bring in Thymeleaf. So these are really all the options that we need. You can see that there's a lot of options that we can bring in for a Spring Boot project. And a lot of these we do not need. We are just fine with that. This is going to be a pretty light project, so we're primarily interested in Spring Web and Thymeleaf. Those are the two dependencies that we're going to need. And if we need to add more, we always can. This is just building out the project for us. So I'm going to click Next here. And this should come up. I'm going to select the directory and I'm just going through here. So the project location, that's going to be in my courses directory, SFG Thymeleaf course. Module name, same. And actually, I misspelled that. I'm going to correct that. For Thymeleaf, Thymeleaf. Content root, that's going to be in the same. And we'll use a .idea that creates a hidden folder that IntelliJ will keep all its folders in. So now I'm going to click on the Finish button down here in the bottom right. And I've already initialized this as a Git project. And we don't want any of this added to Git. So let's take a look. You can see down at the bottom, IntelliJ's indexing and resolving the dependencies. And what's happened here is we brought down this project, and this is the default Spring Boot project. So we have one class in there saying it's a Spring Boot application. What's more important is the Maven POM file, and this has the dependencies in it. So we have this Spring Boot starter for Thymeleaf, Spring Boot starter for Web, and then also the test that will give us, the test folder gives us a JUnit testing, which is capability we're not going to get into this course, but the first two, Spring Starter Web, that's going to bring in the Spring MVC dependencies, and then Thymeleaf, that'll bring in the Thymeleaf dependencies for us. I'm going to toggle over here to the Maven Projects tab, and I want to show you the dependencies that it's going to come down with. So we can see that we get the Spring Boot starter and also the Thymeleaf. And the Thymeleaf, this is where we get the Thymeleaf dependency. So what Spring Boot is doing for us, it gives us a starter jar, and that jar also has dependencies using the Maven dependency resolution, and that's going to tell Maven to bring in other jars for us. So all these jars are coming in. We have the 3 dependencies there, and this is where we're going to get in Tomcat, Validation, Jackson, Spring MVC, Spring Web, and the Spring testing components. And you can see I just expanded out. We get Makito, ham crust matchers, and a lot of the testing stuff that we're going to be using in this project. And by starting off a project this way, it's a lot easier because a lot of the Spring dependencies are being curated by the Spring Boot team. Okay, in this module, I showed you how to use IntelliJ to create a brand new project and use the Spring Initializer to populate that project. So what's happening, again, under the covers, we're actually going out to a Spring website, and based on the parameters that we gave it, it's going to create a new Maven POM for us and the starter project for us in the directory. It's going to bring that down, and IntelliJ is going to mount that as a new project in IntelliJ, and we're going to be working with that for the remainder of the course. Now, just to recap, in that, I asked for the Spring Web component. That gives me Spring MVC, which we're going to use for generating the web pages. And we also asked for Thymeleaf, the Thymeleaf dependency, which gives us the Thymeleaf templating engine. And when we go into Spring Boot is going to configure itself to use the Thymeleaf templating engine because that stuff is going to be found on the class path. And again, I'm going to put this project up at GitHub so you can check that out if you need to. But I'd like you to start following along in the project, because I think it is beneficial to go through the steps and create a new project and see how Spring Initializer is nicely integrated with the IntelliJ product when you have to launch a new product. I remember the old days of Java project development. Starting a project was always time consuming. Some of the stuff used to take a half day, but because you had to wire up not only the project, all the folder directories, create the Maven POM, go out and research all the Maven dependencies. It's much, much easier now to go through a couple clicks, and you now have a ready-made and functioning Java project or a Maven project that we're going to be utilizing for the rest of this class. So this is a lot easier than it was in the past, and it's really jump-starting our development.